I get nervous too. Being a person. Uno. At 12, my oma, that's grandma to you non-German gente, was accepted into an elite middle school designed to prepare her for an elite high school. She, elite, one of the only girls in the school. She took the morning train before the sun rose. 45 miles from home, she sat in the back of class, never called on once. She wrote, copied, studied, added, subtracted, wrote, copied, studied, the only girl. Returned home after sunset each evening at the top of her class, but never valedictorian, the only girl. In high school, the headmaster told her she could not be trusted, could not bring home books. Her studies slipped. She wrote thought, but could not copy, study, read, anything her parents did not have at home already. Soon shifting society's life became worse. The morning train became a game. Avoid the men who were the age of your father, who would stare, spit, curse, shout. The evening train became a nightmare as men the age of her father pushed her off the train, tossed her out of her seat, smashed her into the last train car, the one without seats. School was worse. Once friends now chased her down the street, smeared mud on her school clothes, pulled her hair, poked her eyes, ate her food. She was each and every day alone. Grades slipped. With each test she never knew ahead of time. She never knew ahead of time. Without a book, without a partner, without a person, without a friend, without anybody to look at her, she sat in the back alone, scolded when she spoke to a German, and being the only Jew, she withdrew, hid into the corner, dodged spitwads, punches, snares, and teacher slaps. There were no right answers, and Oma had to remember. Oma had to remember. Her teachers screamed this to her every day. She was very, very, very lucky to be allowed at such a school. People like her can't read or learn and cannot be trusted, should be shot. Her parents, dose. Her parents must have known the fear she left at home with, but kept her in school, told her to be strong, to learn what she could. But that ended one day when she got off the morning train to find the headmaster waiting with soldiers. They handed her a note to give to her parents and sent her back home on the next train. She spent the next year living in fear, unable to go to school, unable to go outside without a note, but since she didn't have a job, couldn't go to school, she couldn't get a note. At 16, Oma was expelled from high school and could not get into a library, a cafe, a place to tinkle. 1 year later, they arrested her father, and the window to flee the country crashed around them. Smuggling her father, they ran that night, snuck across borders, spent all the money they had to get out of the country and into England, but the British thought my family was German. They spoke in A German, they lived and read German. My Oma had never been to a synagogue and didn't know what that word meant. A synagogue, a what? Long bell. 6 months later, a random doctor they never met, could never think, paid passage to America, and Oma arrived in New York before the U.S. entered World War II. Today's, dear Dad, do not think for a second that because you're reading these words, my anger has dried up. I'm just tired of rewriting this letter. Hi, I'm your son. Well, one of them. I'm not actually sure how many you have. I was thinking about you recently. I do that occasionally. Often when I go visit lifers, when I work in prison and read their tattooed love affairs to Bonnie or Baby or Sugar, I think about you, because I ask them about their children, their sons. They don't say much, but the sadness in their brows blankets their concrete dens. Reminds me of the depth of reflection I like to believe you carry, but all I have are images of your thick, crunching fists across my small, wilting face. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think I want to see you, Dad, to see what you look like, or at least to know how you live and what part of the world. Are you in California? Do you live in the Bay Area? Or maybe I don't want to see you at all, but you might die. You might be dead now. And I think I want to see you one last time, but do I call seeing you for the first time in 25 years the last time? See, Dad, I have a hard time getting my mind around you. Quattro. Do you think I can move on? Do you think I can forget who you are? My past, my growing up, 4th, 3rd grade, 0 pants without holes, rat-infested, slump-dunk, leaky roof houses, trailer trash, television, Rambo-filled, MTV images. I have my own scar, Dad. One is on my forehead. It's right here. It's soft now. The screwdriver you threw stuck in my head just above my eyes. And these are the 7 fingers you broke. 7 different occasions of your anger. Fingertip reminders of your voice. Why aren't the fucking dishes done? Turn the fucking channel, pimp. Come on, kid. Get up, pitch. But don't worry, I haven't stayed in the rage I imagine you in. I wonder if you think of what I might be up to. Do you know how I carry forth rage? From my teachers telling me I was stupid, from never having school lunches? Y'all like, we gotta go. Because you never turned in the paperwork. From never having pants without holes in the knees, from daily fist fights, I was just trying to be like my father. From Fruit Baked Lines, I'm almost done, people. From Fruit Baked Line, while you bought porn in the liquor store across the street, I was confused, Dad. Come on. Do you think I can forget? Do you think I can forget how you told me that books are for faggots? Cinco. Do you know how I throw down in the kitchen, Dad? Do you know I can make som tom, acorn soup, sweet potato pie, kicking greens, jalapeno cornbread, day balls, ridiculous doll, walnut crusted shrimp, come on, walnut crusted shrimp, bananas foster, slam and cookies, enchiladas de heaven, and can you imagine my face as I pound red chilies into make your back sweat curries, all so I would not be like you? Do you think I forgot how you punched the waiter in a Mexican restaurant porque habló en español and you were convinced he was talking about you? Do you think I learned to cook from indigenous women in Turkey, Syria, Jordan, Thailand, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Venezuela, Mexico? Dad, I traveled because your ass never got off the couch. Do you think I forgot that you'd beat these women if you could? Or that you bought a woman, a mail-order bride from Russia? Dad, you're a mess. Do you know how much I want to ask you how a father could let go of his children? Can you have any idea who I am? Who knows, this might be an old address. These words might come bouncing back to me, and return to sender. Delete, delete, delete. Now I should probably send this letter. I should probably actually send this letter. Dad, you should probably know who I am. Dad, you should probably know who I am.